Welcome back to the Pens and Stuff podcast. I'm your co-host, Alex Rastari.
I'm your co-host, Chris Craycraft.
And we have kind of a short show for you guys today. It's a Sunday after the All-Star game, and that was a fun All-Star game.
It was fun. The Metro took home the prize of $1 million there, and Sidney Crosby comes away with the MVP.
I thought the Central was going to whip our asses.
I thought they would do well against us, but we ended up winning 10-5.
10-5, what it? And Patrick Kane looked dangerous throughout the whole thing. I thought he was going to win the MVP, but then he wasn't even nominated on Twitter. I thought that was hilarious. I hate the Blackhawks, if you guys don't know. I really don't like the Blackhawks. I mean, I have to give them mad respect for what they did, but I hate the Blackhawks so much.
Yeah, not my favorite, but
Patrick Kane, not a good guy.
Yeah, they had to give an MVP honor to a guy on the Metro because they won it all.
Right.
And none other than Sid, the person who deserves it. Obviously,
he was the best player on the rink.
Had 8 points in 2 games he played during the All-Star 2 games that they played. Not too
shabby, not too shabby. Sydney and Chris Letang even looked really great.
Letang had 5 points in 2 games there.
Really,
he even looked really nice. Yeah.
That pass to Sid.
The deflection.
Ian said this last night. He said that after the All-Star break, Sid and Letang are just going to be lights out. Like, they're just going to take the league by storm, and I don't necessarily disagree with him.
No, they have that tipping play at practice all the time.
And that's what they ran.
Do literally every time at practice.
How about the chemistry between Sid and Barzal?
That was actually very scary. It looked really. It looked like they've been playing with each other for a while.
This is just for the sake of sounding ridiculous. What would a trade for Barzal? Off the current Penguins roster, what would a trade for Barzal entail?
Well, it would obviously be a couple players from our roster, but it would be definitely a couple of our key players.
I think a trade for Barzal would be... I'm not on the trade Phil bandwagon because I like Phil Kessel a lot, and I want him to stay a Penguin for quite a while. But I feel like if we're going to go for Matthew Barzal, a trade would be a first-rounder, Phil Kessel, and Tristan Jarry.
Yeah, something simple they need.
Because, there's your goal scoring for Phil. There's your goalie of the future once Robin Lehner. Because he's playing great, and we'll talk about him later in the show.
Yeah.
But, and the first can be whatever you want. But imagine a line of Gensel, Crosby, Barzal.
That'd be dirty.
That would be better than the Rantanen, McKinnon, Landeskog line.
Landeskog line, yeah. If not, just as good as it, because that line's been really good.
And better than any line in Tampa. That'd be insane. Now, that will never, ever, ever... It might happen.
It's about the same chance as winning the lottery,
later in career. It's not going to happen within the next 10 years.
No.
Never. I wouldn't be surprised if Barzal stays an Islander forever. But, hey. We saw the chemistry. Remember the chemistry between Crosby and Iginla in the 2010 Olympics?
Yeah.
We got Iginla in 2013.
That's right.
Who knows? Maybe Barzal sucks it up for a year and then...
decides to come to Pittsburgh. That
would
be too shabby.
We rehabilitate another team. Who knows? Who knows what the future has in store? But
exactly.
that was just a question to sound a little ridiculous.
Some good fantasy.
Yeah, but no, though. It was a great All-Star game. Dubnyk save on Connor McDavid.
Oh yeah.
Whenever he's in
that was awesome.
David comes in on the breakaway and he just flashes the leather.
Yeah.
I wish Ian was here. We can talk.
Dubnyk was just smiling at him. After he had the biggest grin on his face after he snagged that.
McDavid couldn't do shit.
Yep.
No, that was great. But what the All-Star game also had me realize is how hot some of the NHL player wives are. There's a lot of hot.
Yeah, you saw some of those smoke shows in the stands.
Absolute rockets.
We just got to talk about some of them.
Absolute rockets. Now I'm gonna go. There's a few specific ones, not necessarily from the All-Star game, but we'll go over a few.
You gotta go over the Rockets.
The Rockets.
Yep.
Sniper.
Yep.
So the first sniper is Evgeny Malkin's wife. Oof. Have you seen her? Have you seen her? Well, when I'm editing this, I'll put some pictures up.
That's a good idea.
But oh my goodness gracious!
Actually, I've not seen her.
Absolute smoke show. Here we go. Look at that.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, look at that. Absolute dime.
Yep.
Oh.
Complete package. Oh.
So then Ovechkin's wife, listen. Smoke show. Can't deny that. Absolute smoke show.
Yeah.
But
we all know why. She's with Ovi.
Ovi's not. Well, I mean, come on, let's be real. I mean, for how much I love Evgeny Malkin, he's not.
Malkin's not that good looking either.
It's just rich
yeah.
NHL
It's what the
Russian hockey players.
table.
And, of course, I mean, Russians fine. I mean, how many attractive Russians are there?
Not too many.
That is
it's
incredible.
Either they're ugly or they are very attractive. There is no in between.
And Vladimir Putin, good-looking guy.
Yep.
Really good-looking guy. Hendrik Zetterberg's wife. Oh.
How did he score that one?
Well, I mean, when you're good at hockey.
Yeah, again, I guess the money brings the Rockets.
I mean, take a look at Dustin Brown. Sorry, Dustin Brown, you just don't.
Former captain.
Yeah. You're just your wife isn't that. No offense. What do we got here? So we got Dion Phaneuf. Dion Phaneuf.
Come
what are
on.
you? How did you do that? How did you do that, Dion? Fagoof.
Dion, we know you play in the NHL, but still, how did you do that?
You are making a ridiculous amount of money, and you're not even that good of a player. How did you score that? Toronto, man, I'm telling you what. Wow. And then Jeff Skinner, my man. If I ever see you, I'm just gonna give you a firm handshake for the account that your wife is incredibly attractive. Absolute rocket.
I mean, Jeff Skinner deserves it. He's not a bad looking guy.
Yeah.
This is the one that sounds the most reasonable.
It's the Carolina babes, man. I'm telling you. Is she even a Carolina babe?
She's a Canadian.
Canadians.
They're all Canadian.
Dude, listen, man. Canadians.
I guess we just have to go up to Toronto.
I think we got to make a trip up to Toronto.
Yeah. Not even for the city. Just
if we can't get into a Leafs game, we'll go to a Jays game.
Yeah.
Love the Jays. I mean, since the Pirates.
The Pirates are awesome.
The Pirates are great. They're the best team in the show right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Their players are amazing.
I mean, I love Canadian teams.
Oh,
like all like if there's
bases are just
let's say
insane.
Yeah, let's say there's a Canadian team in the Cup final, and then they're playing like let's say it's the. I don't even like the Canadians, but let's say it's the Canadians versus like the Blackhawks or like even like the Blues or something like that. I'm going all in for the Canadians because I want to see a Canadian franchise win a Stanley Cup. If not
their franchise would just go wild. Their
I know.
Fans would go absolutely insane.
And the same thing with like Buffalo.
Or Winnipeg.
They'll go crazy.
Winnipeg's fan base is absolutely insane.
And that might come sooner than later.
Yeah,
their team's scared. I would love that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
they're whiteouts.
If the Penguins don't do anything, I would want the Jets. Yeah. I would want the Jets to do something.
If the Penguins somehow get knocked out.
Mark Scheifele's just an all-around player.
Yeah, and I mean they have just so many weapons up front.
Patrick Laine.
Yeah.
Forget about it. And that all comes down to is Hellebuyck going to come and play or not?
You're right about that. This year,
because believe me, they've had a team for a while. It's just the goaltending and defense weren't there.
I mean, last year you could understand because they were playing the Knights and it looked like they're unstoppable.
I wish that it was a great series, even for going 5 games. They're all like 1-goal game, except for game 1, and the Jets won that.
Yeah. Whenever the Jets won that, I think the majority of everyone thought that they were
Jets
just going to take the series. Jets. Maybe even take the series in 4 or 5 games.
My prediction was Jets. After the Capitals beat the Penguins, my predictions were Jets and Tampa. And
I thought the Knights were going to win it all just because of what they went through, but I didn't see them. I thought they were going to win the Cup.
I didn't have them beating. I had the Jets winning in 6 over Vegas, and boy was I wrong.
Yeah. When
Ryan Reeves and Lucas Spiza scores your goals.
Yeah, the most
Game 5. Wow.
Unexpected people.
What a guy, Ryan. We've said this in our former podcast. What a guy, Ryan Reeves.
Yeah, Ryan Reeves just goes after our most hated guy, Tom Wilson. Gives him some nice late hits.
That's some brownie points from around the league. I'm pretty sure Gary Bettman's smiling down on Ryan Reeves, just like good.
Thank God you did that.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Do it more. So next up on we got talks of Pavel Datsyuk coming back to the league.
There's a chance. His agent said that he is not ruling out the NHL next year because his KHL contract ends this year, and he didn't officially rule it out, so there's still a chance that he could come back. But
it's not a bad chance.
Would you think Pavel Datsyuk would still be able to compete at an NHL level?
Yes, I do. But I don't think he'll be worth like a Kovalchuk contract, like the contract Kovalchuk signed. Yeah, I don't think he's worth that money.
Yeah,
I think he would be worth at most. I wouldn't even say $4 million at the most.
$3 million,
3.5 most.
Yeah,
I don't like. He's a fantastic player still. He can still compete, but he's not the player he was.
Exactly.
So I would say 3.5, but I'm trying to think of what team he would fit in.
That's hard.
I mean, there's always teams like Florida always goes after those old guys. I mean, they had Yager for 3 years. 3 years? 2 or 3 years.
Couple. I think it was a couple.
Yeah. I mean, I could see him fitting in with Florida kind of nicely, and then
I could honestly even see him coming back to Detroit.
Yeah, see, I was going to say that after I say the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
I think he would fit in. I think I could see him going to Edmonton.
I think their fan base, the fan base in Detroit would
eat him.
Go unbelievable if he came back to Detroit.
That would be, yeah. Because I mean, he enjoys Detroit. It's just.
I mean, it's his whole playing career.
Yeah, wasn't he like homesick or something?
Yeah, I mean, he had all of his great moments against the Red Wings. And I mean, why wouldn't he want to come back?
Yeah. I don't know. I definitely see the Red Wings as a fit, but let's see if they have the cap room. Going on CapFriendly.
Again, I mean, Pavel Datsyuk wouldn't be too much in their salary cap.
So let's say he signs for our at most 3
years.
Yeah. So Detroit has no cap space. They have the worst cap space in the league. They have no projected cap space.
So they have none available?
Let's check the contracts. So yeah, they have no cap space available. They have no projected cap space available. And they have...
I mean, they could have some...
They have... Gustav Nyquist... Gustav Nyquist is a UFA.
Okay.
And his contract is $4.75. Thomas Vanek is a UFA, and he has a $3 million contract.
I think he's going to be gone.
Yeah. They're going to ship him off at the deadline.
Yeah.
And Martin Furk... What a last name.
Exactly.
I mean, that's only $1 million, and he's an RFA. He's an RFA. And then on defense, they got Nicholas Kronwall is a UFA. Nick Jensen is a UFA. So they're gonna have some cap space. Oh, and Jimmy Howard.
Yeah.
They're going to be trading. I know that they're interested in trading Howard and Nyquist, and they want first-round picks for them.
I don't know if they'll get that.
I don't think they will.
There's no chance.
I think for Howard you would get 2 firsts. Or sorry, 2 seconds.
Yeah. There's no
2 seconds at most.
A first round.
Or maybe like
either of those players.
Maybe like a third and a decent prospect from our team. But I don't see Howard getting a first round pick.
Yeah, that's just way too much for the players that they're
Nyquist I can see. I could see kind of maybe like a Boston Bruins
giving him a high first round pick.
You mean a low?
Like around the
20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, I know that's what I see.
Yeah.
But I don't see them getting too much for those players. But I mean, hey. But so okay, they would have cap space to sign.
Yeah, and if they do decide not to sign those players, then Powell would definitely be able to come back.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
I think he would. If I'm going to be honest, I think he's going to stay in Russia. But if he is going to come back to the NHL, I think
the Red Wings probably
Detroit's the team,
number 1 team there.
I would think so. And plus, he's familiar with the city and everything.
Yeah, I would rather come back to a place I'm already used to, other than my coming away from my home country. I wouldn't rather go anywhere else that I'm more comfortable with.
Yeah,
in America. So, I mean, that just makes sense.
Speaking of Russian dudes, what's going on with the Capitals?
Why'd you think of Russian when you...
Ovechkin.
Oh, Ovechkin, and yeah.
And
I really don't know.
7-game losing streak.
It seems like after they played the Islanders, they just started going downhill. And they faced their old head coach and got smacked. And then they just kept going downhill.
Yep, that is exactly...
It was literally dominoes since the Islanders smacked them,
which is hilarious.
It's
so
awesome.
Funny. And I watched the Leafs Capitals game. I don't know how I watched it, but I watched it. The Leafs, they dominated. I mean, the first 5 to 10 minutes, it looked good for the Capitals, and they got that late one. And Kadri scored that goal, and it was in my head like, is Holtby even trying? Did he just give up?
Yeah, I mean, you've been seeing some lack of effort for him in games.
I don't know, he looked great in the All-Star game though.
Yeah, but I mean, if you could see in the last period he played, I mean, he let up all 5 goals in the All-Star game.
That's right.
In the championship. Yeah. I think Henrik Lundqvist did not allow a goal.
And Hank looked good too.
He did look good, but then Holtby let up all 5 goals, if I'm correct.
Yeah, but he made some good saves.
Yeah.
It's also an All-Star game.
Yeah, it is, but
it's better than the Pro Bowl.
Definitely, for
I'm
sure.
not wrong.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I mean, do the Capitals need a trade to fix what's going on, or do you think they're just going to trust the process and they're going to come out of it?
I mean, they might have to do what Pittsburgh did and trade not a key piece, but just a foundation piece, like how we traded Hagelin for Pearson, just like a...
You think Hagelin's a foundation piece?
I mean, he was in the Cup run.
Yeah, but lately,
he's not
lately,
like a foundation
I didn't think,
piece, but he's like a...
He's
like a depth piece.
Yeah, lately I could definitely see him as a foundation piece back in 2016, but since then.
But I mean, they need to trade one of their third line guys, or maybe even second or fourth line guys, and just do a quick one-on-one swap to try to.
I know they want to move Burakovsky really bad, and I know the Stars are really interested.
I don't know what they would do with that, though.
They need defense.
Yeah.
They're one of the... Oh, it's just a few teams in the league that needs defense. But
exactly.
Well, the Penguins have 2 games in hand on them, and they're 2 points behind. So let's say the Penguins win those 2 games. We have a 2-point lead on the Capitals. The Capitals are 7-game losing streak, and they're second place in the division. That's stupid.
That's crazy because, I mean, that shows how far ahead they were in the beginning.
That's stupid.
It is. And it's still crazy how the Islanders are first in the Metro.
That is stupid.
Yeah. Would not have guessed that.
I hate that.
At the beginning of the year.
I hate that. Well, Tampa's running away with everything. That's the story of the East right now.
Yeah, and they just lost their 10th game. So that's scary.
Oh, they're in double digits now?
Yes,
that's
now
wild.
In double digits.
Oh,
with losses.
I'm writing them off from my playoff tree. They're done. They have double-digit losses.
Well, the Senators and Kings both have suffered 26 losses already, which is incredible.
Let's talk about the Senators real quick. So
Senators.
You're fully aware that the Colorado Avalanche, the team that's on the playoff bubble, they have their first round pick. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's right.
What if the Senators win the lottery and the Colorado Avalanche
don't
get no? If the Senators win the lottery, they get the Avalanche get the pick.
Oh, then they would get.
They'd get Jack Hughes.
Yeah.
Think of a line. Jack Hughes is a center, right?
I want to say so. We can look that up, but he's definitely a forward.
Let's say
if the Avalanche get Jack Hughes, then they would be insane.
Wow. Jack Hughes. So imagine Jack Hughes on the Avalanche. Center.
He would be their second-line center the next year.
He'd be their second-line center next year. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, like,
behind Landeskog's the center on that line, right?
Yeah.
On the first line. Yeah. So imagine a line, and this is next year, but imagine a line of Jack Hughes, Nathan McKinnon, two first overall picks, and Mikko Rantanen.
I mean, that would be nice, but they got to keep their first line intact somehow.
What line would beat that?
I don't know.
Oh, a Crosby, Barzal, and Gensel line.
Yeah, that's the only line I can think of. But that would be incredible to see.
That is nuts.
They just gotta keep losing more games than the Kings.
They don't want to do that. I mean,
I'm sure they don't want to, but I don't think they can control it. That's the thing.
Well, if the Kings get...
I mean, it's all tight.
If the Kings get Jack Hughes, that would be perfect for them. They could trade off some of the players with a large amount of contracts, start to get more picks.
Yep.
I honestly could see, let's say the Kings go full tank mode, adding Jack Hughes to that roster.
Yep.
That would bump them up by 2 years. I think they'd be a playoff team in about 2-3 years.
Yeah, so they get their younger guys developed in the 2 years that they're still working up to get to the playoffs. So they'll definitely be a better team.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Man, I'm just thinking of the Avalanche with Jack Hughes.
Yeah,
I mean, they're going to get a top 5 pick.
Yeah, it's going to be very high for them.
They're going to get a top 5 pick regardless.
Yeah.
Colorado Avalanche.
So Colorado is just going to be.
They're going to be a team in the. They're going to be a team in the West.
Even though they're already a good team.
They're going to be the team of the West. It's going to be them and Winnipeg just battling.
I'm just surprised the Avalanche are in the spot they are right now. I'm surprised.
What place are they in right now?
Right now they're, in the league, they're 18th.
Where are they in the wild card?
But they're
race?
second wild card spot. But they are only 2 games above 500, and they are 1 game in hand against the Vancouver Canucks, and the Vancouver Canucks have the same amount of points as them. So Vancouver ends up winning their next game, and
imagine Vancouver in the playoffs.
That'd be insane.
Wow, I would not thought of that.
I just can't believe, with the start the Avalanche had to the season, they were absolutely just explosive.
Yeah, they were really keeping up with the teams in the Central.
Yeah, and then, now they've literally lost they've lost
it's a struggling
75% of their games.
It's a struggling team. The big teams that are struggling right now, though, it used to be good to the Capitals, Maple Leafs, and the Avalanche.
Yeah.
And the Blackhawks are getting better,
Heck,
too.
you can even say the Devils. The Devils started out 4-0, and they ended up...
Did they actually?
They did, and they ended up being first in the Metro for the first couple of weeks, which is actually crazy.
Oh, my God.
But, now they're 9th in the East.
Jeez. Yeah, no. And, okay, speaking of the Devils, we play them next. Let's go over our upcoming schedule. What do you think we need to... what do you think we're going to do against the Devils? Do you think we're going to actually beat them for once?
I really hope so.
I think we're going to lose. I really think we're going to lose.
We are playing at home.
That doesn't matter against the Devils.
I feel like we can't win against them in their own building.
No. We are going to win tomorrow. Taylor Hall's injured.
Still.
And we have their...
It depends on who they're playing in net. If they're playing Keith Kincaid has our number.
Have we played Blackwood yet?
No. I don't think so. Maybe we can check.
I don't think we have. I don't think we have. So maybe we just dominate this guy.
Yeah, if we face him,
chances
know what's coming.
Chances are they're going to start Kincaid and we're going to lose.
Yeah.
Then after the Devils, we got the Lightning at home. That'll be a game to watch. That'll be a fun game.
Yeah.
I can see us winning. I can see us
pulling off a close game.
One. I could see us
a low-scoring close game, 3-2.
I could see us doing that. Then we got the Senators. I can't even say if we're going to win against the Senators.
I know.
We're not that good against them.
It's very hard to
We're not that good
against
against
other teams when we can't beat those kind of teams that we're judging.
But I think we'll beat the Senators. I don't know.
I hope so.
Hope we do. And then we play the Leafs. That's going to be
back. That's going to be rough because we're in Toronto and we're playing it back-to-back in Toronto.
Yep.
They're
from
in
Pittsburgh
Toronto.
to Toronto. They're very good in Toronto, but we
always
did
have high-scoring games there in Toronto.
We did shut them out 3-0.
We did, and that was
when Murray was playing awful.
Yeah, that's when Murray
sucked at that.
Yeah, that was when Murray had 4 goals against, but he had that one game against the Leafs. That was his only bright spot in the whole beginning of his
that in the Calgary game
there.
Yeah, and I don't know. And he's been playing a lot better. We talked about that before.
Sure.
He's playing a lot better. So maybe we do beat the Leafs.
Yeah,
I hope.
If he plays the same, then we definitely beat him.
It's an upcoming game, and this is and we got a question from one of our buddies. Who would you have a threesome with on the Penguins roster?
I would have to go with Christopher Letang. That guy is that guy is something else. He should not. He could, if he was not a hockey player, he could be a Calvin Klein model or something in that vicinity.
Oh, speaking of hot wives, hold on. Chris Letang, you done well. You done well, kiddo.
Yeah, and
the guy.
He deserves it.
All right, so you got Chris Letang. What's your second pal?
My second pal. On the Penguins.
On the Penguins, yeah. Not in the league. Penguins.
Oh, boy. This is a tough one.
Yeah.
But, I mean, since he's the best player in the world,
I knew that was
I
coming.
might as well have to pick Sidney Crosby.
Sidney Crosby. Yeah.
I feel like he would lay down the hammer pretty well.
I think he'd be a nice, respectful
Yeah, I mean,
mate.
he would definitely be respectful about it, which is all you really want.
And since he's the best hockey player in the world, I mean, definitely has the biggest Johnson.
He definitely does. He definitely outshines everyone else.
His 73 is pretty big.
Yeah, I would say so.
Has to be. Well,
now it's your turn, Alex. Who would you have a threesome?
well, this is a no-brainer. Phil Kessel, Jake Gensel.
Why'd you pick Phil Kessel?
Why do you think? Best scorer on the team. Have you seen him? He's such a babe.
Phil Kessel.
Oh, I'm gonna change my Jake Gensel to Matt Cullen.
Matt Cullen. Oh, because he got some experience.
Yeah, he's got some experience, and I can hang out with his kids beforehand.
Oh, yeah, so his kids can
Don't say it. No.
But yeah, he has the experience.
And plus, I've met him. I've met him too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to pick him then.
I mean, he's a dad for a reason. He's called dad for a reason.
Yeah.
I can't believe I just said that. What a time to end the podcast. Thanks, you guys, for listening. Thanks, you guys. Yeah.
Thank you a lot.
Yeah, whatever. That was... Okay.